Alright, and we're back with some more Honkai Star Rail 3.5 story quest. Yesterday, we streamed about 3.5 hours of the main story quest. Went through much of the 33,550,337th Eternal Recurrence, where we met Ceredra and Hycelin's early on in the story before a ton of the crisis eras were born, and we kind of got yeeted out by LYGUS, but then the remaining crisis eras over the almost thousand years they were gone formed a plan to stop him or something, just to wait for my return. So let's go. So, is Hycelin's, did you say Hycelin's is already dead? I can't remember. Like, I wasn't sure. Because she had to wait forever, right? Look, the fire projects the face from her memories, an actress upon the stage display. Oh, frick, I didn't read that. The past that has been imbibed by time, a drunken dream hidden at the bottom of the cup. Whomst are these? Clever sea siren. The dark tides flood the sea and our kingdom teeters on the edge. Okay, so what, Hycelin's is race or whatever? I don't know, they do reside in the ocean, I guess? I don't know. Because Hycelin's herself seems like someone who lives in the sea, like literally, not on the sea, in the sea. So I assume other people like her do the same. Sea siren, is that the race? I don't know. Fear not, our queen has gone to the borderland. She'll quell this calamity herself. This is the scene when the crisis era of ocean was born. She was once a Titankin race named sea sirens. Okay, that answers that. At that time, Kozlana had suppressed the Black Tide's rise, but he was unable to remove Iron Tomb from its roots. The Black Tide still rolled in the depths of the world, and the Kingdom of Sea Sirens is the first to face the destruction head-on. So Black Tide is here, I guess? Like, I thought he said that Finon was able to hold it back for this cycle, but I don't know. Maybe earlier, but then he couldn't hold it off for another 1,000 years. Listen, I heard Electra's voice. She's calling to us. Hycelin's, where are you? Electra, Hycelin's? Let's go, her voice carries the queen's command. Is Hycelin's not the queen? Bug! I'll catch you later. To keep the Black Tide from thundering the ocean, the queen gave her all body and soul. One of the queen's chalice, she bore the deepest blessing and inherited supreme divine power. Her son, nectar brewed and wombed by God, I am Electra. Hello. There you are. My sisters, you're finally here. Of course, Electra, your beautiful melody drew us here. Yeah, that's her name. So can they breathe underwater? Her true name is Electra. This is a reflection of her former self clinging to the past with aching defiance. Queen summons us. She must be near exhaustion. The Black Tide will soon enter our borders. Then what do we do? Will our seas swallow darkness and terror as well? Don't worry, we shall lift the chalice in our stead to catch the Black Tide and stand together to safeguard our realm and its people. Kiki. Zagreus, where are you? Such tiny Titankins, thinking they can stop the tide of truth. How naive. And that naivety is the root of all suffering. You take these coins as compensation. Guess I'm not. Is that intentional? It looks gold from over here, but when you approach it, it's just like silver or nickel or whatever, iron. I don't know. An utterly remarkable silver coin lies on the roadside, but the moment you pick it up, its strange texture tells you that it never truly touched the ground. Instead, it hovers just above the surface like magnetic levitation. Could there be another hidden genius? Zagreus. Don't be ridiculous. This is just an ordinary investigation. The odds of uncovering any secret from the Genius Society here, well, let's just say that they're infinitely close to 0. On closer inspection, you notice indentations where a chest once rested. Now it's gone without a trace. Who might be behind this? That's a tough guess. Looks like the spirit thief's in an illusion too. I don't know. Maybe different dialogue options will... My mother will give me the whatever for it. I can explore all this later. Let's get it going. The Queen's palace lies just ahead. Even her once graceful form is now tainted and drowned in dirty mire. Yet the love that the land births. Wait, that's what his, okay. Sure. To protect her feast, you're willing to swallow the black tide, let tears return to the sea. What does this actually do? I don't know what this actually does. There's stuff at Dawn, there were these at Dawncloud too. Bucks! Maybe if I do all of them at the same time? Like have all of them up at the same time? Okay, where's the light? Where's the miracle thing? Oh. Oh, Figus, our noble queen, we've come at your call. Figusa herself is the queen? Did say Titankin, but I don't know. My little fishlings, you swim with such joy, it pains me to speak of the kingdom's sorrow. I once believed I could drink the black tide dry, but even the deepest chalice must one day overflow, and I can hold no more of this filth. Mother, worry not, we're all children of the sea, let us bear your fate together. We'll take up your mantle and drive back the black currents. We'll mend your sacred chalice and take in the cursed filth. My little fishlings, when the spirit of strife falls, you may retreat in peace. Is my day still up in this timeline? In this recurrence? I promise you, on the surface, the city-states will hold a feast without end in your honor. This is the last gift I can give you. Okay. Hello, Black Tide. Why are you on the ceiling, of all places? Figusa sank into the abyss. With the chalice shattered, their intoxication spilled into the Black Tide, birthing the first madness in Amphorius. Sea sirens followed one after another, hunting for the Titan's fragment until their flesh decayed and their bones crumbled, all for the promised final feast. Keep watching, but tread carefully, for the stage ahead is crumbling with age, just like her shattered fate. Hello, incoming viewers, thank you for joining the stream. Just getting along with Honkai Star Rail's 3.5 main story. This is day 2. Misha! Ah! I'm glad we got to see Misha in the Fate event, but man, I kind of wanted a bit more. And what about Gallagher? I mean, Gallagher was a creation as well. Of a... of a fictionologist? Or something? Okay. Guess I'll grab this box while I'm at it. Is that a bug? It is a bug. Excuse me. Thank you. The Corona Vessel is a temporal ritual tool crafted by Ornyx's priests with various sizes and styles. Bringing the Corona Vessel will pause time and area around it. Okay, when facing a broken Corona Vessel, okay. Rewind, we'll fix it. When rewinding an object, not be affected by a time stop zone. Okay. You can preemptively... Okay. It's cool how they make the techniques also work with some of this. I I haven't, and I don't plan on watching any JoJo stuff. Your wisdom far surpass even the bounds of reason's model. What happens if I, You're struck down by the passage of time. The death of Aeschylus. I figured we might get an achievement. Can I... Ah, frick. Okay, well, whatever. The torrents of destruction are spreading. Yes, they are. Styxia's feast. The sea sirens might attend the banquet with Mother. Can't get through. Looks like I'll need the miracle orb nearby. The ending was written long ago. Even you cannot rewrite it, just like this poor chamber. Chandelier. And beings on the land dance along. Tide is devouring everything. Okay. Electra, the fiends have gnawed my tail. I can no longer swim to the far seas. Tail? I don't see any tail. Electra, the black sludge has soaked my fins. I can't dance with you anymore. Are they all women? Sirens? Like Amazon Lily or something? Fleeting dreams, something fate will murder hope or something, I don't know. Sisters, don't give up. Remember the queen's promise of a feast in a city called Styxia. Like, I get it. These are NPC models, so they're just gonna reuse them, but does Hyslens have a tail? I don't see one. I haven't forgotten. It visits me in dreams every night. I dreamed of a shining city. Pain! Its lights piercing the deep gloom of the seabed. I dreamed of children placing garlands on our bone horns, and poets praising the sea sirens for shielding the world. But what a shame, we can go no further, tortured to death. Gallagher, where are you? Death mentioned. But we can go no further. Please sing to the humans for us, sing of the deep sea legend in our place. Oh. A redded sea, feast song, Electra. Feast, feast, feast. Kog'Maw? What is this, icosahedron? I don't remember the shape. No. Oh. It's not a, no, it's a, no. The sea sirens are tainted by the destruction, their flesh rotted away, they became the black-eyed creatures of this cycle. Farewell, sisters, I'll finish this last task, then return to prepare your feast. Combat? And so, only one sea siren remained among the sea floor, Hyslens, swimming alone through the seas, bearing her kin and searching for the fragments of the chalice of plenty. Most of that journey was in vain. Why not use the power of time to leap ahead toward the journey's end? To reach the Spirit Basin, I'll need to call upon the power of the Chrono Vessel. I don't even know if that's what I was supposed to do, but it was there, so... Ah, I got him. Ah, I got him. This isn't even where I'm technically supposed to go for progression. Just explore. Exploit. Right. It's in. Of course, the minimap doesn't work because it's like that, but yeah. So why does that just cause the black tide to disappear? Oh, revived mother, my sisters are gone, only I remain. Alas, the chalice of plenty is whole again. The Lance of Fury emerges from the River of Souls, and the gods reclaim their duty to hold back the black tide. I am freed from the endless toil and now walk toward the rites at Styxia. I bore my sister's dreams upon my back, took on a graceful human form. Okay, that explains that. And hope to find a grand celebration on the shore. How does she turn from fish to human form, though? My fins became legs, my scales became skin, and the sea foam on my body became a shimmering gown. But when I stepped onto land, there are no festivals with honey brew, nor poets plucking harps. Only silent death drifting gently along the River of Souls. When she fulfilled her wish, she only found Styxia to have already repeated the mistakes of previous cycles and was swallowed by death. Hopes and promises are nothing but the foam of dreams. I am a sea siren, a vessel born to contain the tides. Now that my task is done and the promise is broken. The House of Lies. How am I to go on in a world drowned in shadow? So this is her past, right? But before she met Cyrene, does Cyrene like meet her here then? Now, Acheron? Figusa, my noble queen, she evaded the questions with drunken stupor. She told me a grand feast awaited me in the surface world. So I wandered, lost, groping through the dark. The feast she spoke of? Where is it? Lonely blade, I shall grant you everything you seek. Alright, there's Cyrene. Frick. Hello. After wandering the surface for ages, the lost sea siren met her future conspirator. He called the war zone and forced strife into retreat. This swordfish that commands thousands of legions. Whom does she serve? The moment they met. Yes, Cyrene, long before she became the Imperator, was already burning with ambition. Sovereign who follows prophecy, I am no one's sword, I am just a wandering fish seeking clarity through bloodshed. And how about letting the sword dance for me and letting the violin sing in my name? Reflamed. Tell me, what is it you seek? You have such warmth, such brilliance? All I want is a feast where I might belong. Carrying on the wishes of her entire race, after what Figusa promised. Such a demand is trivial with the Sovereign's authority. He'll grant you a banquet worthy of conquest and comrades to toast beside you. But, knight, you must offer me your heart. My heart? Yes, a loyal heart that will generate no betrayal. You were deceived by gods and drowned in the ocean's darkness, but now I will lead you forward and be your light. My light. So be it, noble monarch. My law, the law you proclaim, shall govern my every breath. So be it, noble monarch. I'm simply becoming someone else's vessel once again and accepting a duty given to me, my monarch. And thus, in her hollow drift, she finally found a new purpose, like sunlight piercing the deepest trench. The monarch brought me something new. The fiery brightness of her crown melted away my confusion. This is where her loyalty comes from. Gave her a new purpose in life. Noble monarch, I've cleansed the foulness from the road as you commanded. My blade, you've helped me ascend and take the crown. Ask and you shall have your reward. What I desire is the same as before, a feast. Your promise. Look, I've prepared you a grand banquet. The first honey brew and tributes await. Fish are drawn to light by nature, for the deep sea knows only gloom. Let's feast. Now I found a flame. It may scald and burn, but it's the only light. This feast is not a lie. Come, let us join the feast. Perhaps the path forward lies hidden among the revelry. Meh. Nah. Meh, meh, meh. This is my box. Have you heard that Imperator's about to begin a new campaign? I forgot what pious means. Her glory will no longer be bound by the borders of Amphorius. Something about the sky now. The people's laughter, the people's songs. They intoxicate me. Ah, she's standing on the fountain. Because she's so short. My faithful subjects, tonight's feast is not just for the past, it's a toast to the future. Born from our golden blood is an unstoppable colossus, our iron beast to trample the universe. Universe? How do you have a concept of a universe? Well, I don't know, unless the prophecy saying like from beyond the stars was already given and that kind of, I don't know. Because it just kind of reminded me of Arknights in chapter 14 when they spoilers, but you know, chapter 14 was like almost a year ago at this point, I think. Yeah. When they go into the assimilated universe, Khalsa is like the word universe does not exist, and the concept of it does not exist in any Terran language or what tradition or whatever. Yeah, because they're all bound to that planet. They can look up at the skies, sure, but the concept of a universe or a multiverse or something does not exist. That is until, you know, like Teresa figured out how to get into the assimilated universe with the Black Crown, whatever it was called. But you know, that was created by the people not from Terra, so yeah. It was created by the Observer. Is it the Observers? Is Doctor the Observer? I forgot. Holy frick. Or are the Observers the ones that the Doctor's race is trying to protect themselves from and Terra from? Great Monarch, I've heard the universe teems with great threats. Can we truly remain invincible to conquer the stars? Can she truly do this without suffering harm? Fear not. Before the troops of the destruction, such rebel is no more than cosmic dust. Okay, so she has been given ideas by LYGUS already, I guess. Surely there's a planet draped in oceans out there in stars. Once I claim it, it shall be yours to rule. And to the rest, your triumphs will not go unrewarded. I promise you a new age, free of fear. Now, raise your cups to our conquest among the Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars, Sea of Stars. Conquest among the Sea of Stars. What a grand vision. Yet to the Cyrenite, only feast still stir her heart. Come now, join me. Witness the end of this futile dream. Where's the way out of this illusion? Come quick, let's celebrate together. I've saved the finest beer, come taste it with me. Oh, I can't access Garment Maker from here, okay. But Aggie isn't here yet, huh? I don't know. Leo? Or actually, Roar, no, I really can't drink anymore, burp. After all, the two things would never provoke a lion and a drunk. Okay. Noble Knight, you are truly a blazing spark. It's my honor to share this banquet with you. Is this something Lithic and Virginia? And wait, I don't remember what they look like. Just that something lithic or whatever. Kind of looks like this guy. And then there's Lebanon, Fregoris, and is that Seneca or is that Seneca? I don't know. Romantic poet. Okay, this is Virginia. Noble knight, you have earned victory with your blade, and you have every reason to revel in this moment of triumph. Let me pour you a glass of honey brew. Noble knight, with the sovereign now enthroned, this triumph is yours as much as hers. Let me raise a toast to you. That's Seneca, right? Noble knight, your strength is boundless. Lead us to conquer the universe, and let us toast to that vow. Then drink you shall, raise your glass. Clink. In the deep sea, I never knew what fire was, but when I set foot on land, the first light that I saw was the flames of war lit with golden blood. It scorched my fins, made me feel pain and desire, hope, wishes, ignited an unprecedented hunger. Oh no, literally Kog'Maw. I don't know. A hunger that flickers in every hero's heart, so bright yet so blinding. Look, the monarch herself has taken her seat. I love this feast. What is this? Are those grapes? Am I just standing in a huge puddle of grapes? What the heck? What you doing here? Hey, buddy, you came at just the right time. Tell me, why do humans invent such cruel entertainment? Cruel? What are you talking about? Oh, come on, take a good look at me. Big, round, and purple me. Looks just like a grape, right? Okay, sure. Picture it. Countless humble old Bartholoses squashed beneath their feet, bellies bursting in despair with unspeakable goose spewing forth. The horror, the cruelty. And you people even take that as entertainment? What a fudging genius you are. Forkin Bartholos. What a strange way of talking. Where'd you pick that up? Ahem. Anyway, since everyone seems to love the feeling of stomping on round, juicy purple things, then why has no one ever tried stomping on old Bartholos? I mean, look at me. I'm basically a walking grape. He wants to be stomped on? Oh, there's a pervert here. I can accept grapes being cruelly crushed, but me? Bartholos not even qualified to be stomped flat? I've been standing here for ages, and not a single soul spares me a glance. But now, at long last, you speak to me. That settles it. Either you squash me, or I squash you. One way or another, someone's playing with me today. Okay. Kiki. Kiki. So why are there two of you? Alright, I guess I'll talk to him again. Oh dear, yeah, right there, you got talent for massaging. Seems like your belly button is in a go. What, you're actually fighting for real just now? Oh, good thing I started earlier, or my precious tummy would have gone split in two. Ahem, anyway, the poor old Bartholos, unloved and tragically short-legged, now has participated in real recreational activity. What a joy, congrats to me! Back in the day, I was a legendary master thief. Even Kathleen Thanatos would have to show some respect, but now? Maybe I'm just too good at going invisible. I stood around for half a day, and only you noticed me. Stood so still you become invisible to the naked eye. People always say the greatest hides in plain sight, but being too untouchable makes you feel lonely sometimes, you know? Hey, gray hair, you look familiar. Next time you're bored, come and hang out with me. Let old Bartholos experience a little about being a grandparent. Ahem, just kidding. If family jokes aren't your thing, feel free to erase that one from your memory. Not all grapes make good wine. Okay. I love this journey that brings the feast. I love the people on the journey. I love the monarch chosen by the people. One eye of her sees glory, the other sees corpses. And yet she cherishes the name of glory far more than fear and death. As they say, the coward died 1,000 times before his end. But the brave face death but once, which the gods stand witness. On the eve of war, we sang our hymns and set our sights to sail beyond the stars. How are you gonna get to space, though, when you're still in, like, ancient Greece? Plus some magic, but... The legions will climb aboard the beast, riding it like currents across the cosmos. You're gonna turn to Seaborn. They're gonna go in the bad ending, go among the stars. Planets after planets flew, the flags of our crown, realm after realm was ignited by our flames of war. As the final resistance fell silent, a vast empire rose from among the stars, and this small pond at last embraced prosperity and peace. And that's how the story ends. Tell me, visitor in the stream, did you enjoy the show? Okay, so she was speaking to me here, I guess. It's not the right ending. I don't know. After all, beneath that still surface lie the bones of countless dead. It's time for me to wake up from this drunken dream. Indeed, I have long known. Okay, disorder ambrosia. Okay, I guess I'm using Akron here. Sleep. Let not the wind claim you. Nectar saturate the hollow tree core. What? My imperator is dead. The imperator is dead. The imperator is dead. The imperator is dead. Which one's Tribi? Which one's Trian? Which one's Trinon? Hi, Tribi. Or are you? No, this is before. Wait, what? These are all Tribi. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many Tribios there were. People once cheered for my ascension, and now they cheer for my fall. Cosmos, the battlefield that I cannot reach. Before the Sovereign's conquest reached its end, her life and ambition had already been swallowed by the deep sea. This is the true ending, her grand designs torn apart by the blade, her regal robes soaked in golden blood. And the ones who struck her down were her people? The one who struck her down, the killer is... Her? Was her most loyal gladius. Why? I don't need to explain myself. A fish in a pond has no hope against the surge of fate. I wandered the shore, found a flicker of flame, only to snuff it out with my own hand. I don't understand. If the ocean's feast, the Imperator's dream, and even Emfoi's existence are all illusions, then what's the point of our journey? Is when she figures out they're all like just a simulation or whatever? The journey is the point! And be cliche. The journey is the point. When the deliverer returns, I will let this absurd celebration come to an end. But, Greyfry, I can't help but wonder. How I dearly wish this feast of the flame chase would never end. It seems she sensed your presence. The Fantasia's foundation is starting to crack. Let's return to the prologue. Remember the allegory of the cave? Can the prisoners in the cave learn to see the shadows and echoes for what they are, and stop mistaking them for reality? As you've seen, when she cast off her chains, finally turned to look around, and moved her legs, her reward was nothing but searing pain. The light will blind her, for the fire behind her had never once actually touched her eyes. Her legs will buckle beneath her, for she had never learned to walk forward. And so she fell into infinite confusion and fear, and came to firmly believe that the shadows and echoes were the real world. What happened to Cyrene again? She got kidnapped. She got yoinked somewhere by LYGUS when we were at the Grove of Epiphany. But we in the cosmos, are we truly any wiser than she was? No, nameless one, faithless one. Ask yourself this. The paths you tread, the eons you worship, everything you've trailblazed with your own hands. Could it all be someone else's projected shadow? Let's leave that question until after the curtain falls. Once you've unearthed every last truth and reached the prison built for me by the demigods, I'll speak with you face to face. I, the Theros, have walked 30 million histories born by Kozlana. 1,000 years is a mere atom in a grain of sand to me. Amphorius, compared to the cosmos, is but that grain upon a whole beach. I swore to bring an end to the erudition. Would I really let a single grain grind down my mind? I mean... depending on the context, a single grain of sand can do a lot. Can be extremely irritating. Coarse and rough, gets everywhere. Now, please use the power of time to open the gate to the ocean steps. Go find the prison warden tormented by loyalty. Find her, step into that world's vortex, and once there, end everything between us. That palace reflects the heart of the demigod of ocean, intoxicated, stagnant. There you'll witness the true beginning of the saga of deliverance. An ugly history long buried by tides and shame, a staircase of apotheosis that the Imperator forged with the golden blood of 500 human sacrifices under the pretense of conquest. Beyond this door lies the path to the vortex of Genesis. I am your labyrinth. I'll catch you later. Now, step away from this false banquet. Did I break something? When the windows warm, never mind. And then onto that bloody stage. Oh, there's still people here. Kind of? Is this also an illusion? The palace that worshipped the ocean, the sanctuary connected to the vortex, was also once the battlefield of the first flame chase. When was the slow-mo feature added? Her exuberant song halted the passage of time in this place. Okay. Imprisoning my body and shielding my soul from deterioration, all just to await your return. The twisted time and space reflect our confusion. Hysolence needs a hug. I want to give her a hug. And so the Imperator's crimes are veiled. No. You know, a lot of the characters need a hug. Wait, what? What did it say? The what? The water what? What was here? I missed it. So, stay away from Apollonius. Oh. I had that name completely wrong. Or it was Dux whatever, Apollonius. A cup of honey brew, what a sweet aroma. Run, yeah, Halkalithus, there it is. Run, Virginia. Dux Halkalithus, we can't give up here. Love steeped in death, how delicious. Sadly, all you see is a remnant of history. And your interference is just another equally futile echo. Why are you trying so hard to get me to stop if it's all futile, then? Wait, are these enemies, ice? Yeah. Hello incoming viewers, thank you for joining the stream. Just getting along with day 2 of streaming Honkai Star Rails 3.5 main story. Today we start off with after reaching Styxia. Right, this is Styxia, right? Apollonius, look, I chased the enemy away. But I think I can't go any further. I'm sorry, Virginia, for letting you. It's okay, I'm glad to die by your side. Ah, such an ironic twist of fate. Shut the frick up. Even as the foundation of the world crumbles, the Heartless Imperator still made the same decision she did in the past 30 million cycles. During the first Flame Chase journey, the Flame Chase Legion stormed Styxia. Tens of thousands of sea sirens surged from the River of Souls, crashing toward the heroes like a tidal wave. The hell before you is the recreation of that very battle. There's a letter I never got to give you. Let me read it to you. It's my final poem. The shadow of a tree frames the sage's back like a boulder bearing the rings of time. The bird's song is a whisper of wind through the forest, but cannot pass the fractures in his form. He woke up! His weight presses down on the bird's wings and the stirring heart within. I always wanted to tell you. You look beautiful when you read poetry. Dej. Both Dej. Her voice reciting poetry grows even fainter, fading with each breath until they all vanish completely at her lips, like wind slowly dying away. Virginia, see you in the new world. His form grows rigid, but his kind smile remains, as if he were a benevolent statue frozen in time. They lay side by side for the first time, never to wake from this dream again. LYGUS, I'm gonna... Come on, move water current. No. Vignette. Okay. Back to the past. A painful past, yet hidden beneath a veil of joyful song. Ah, 2 discarded data clusters, waiting for someone's return, it seems. Relive the history then, pass through the temple's waters and come to my side. So, like, we know that, like, it's not only the named NPCs are Chrysos heirs. Like, just anyone with golden blood is a Chrysos heir. But I thought a lot of these ducks whatever titles, I thought they're like a lot of them at least, maybe all of them, but at least some of them are Chrysos heirs. But LYGUS can just, and didn't Sarija or Hyselins in the Grove of Epiphany say like LYGUS can't like actually really kill them because they're needed or something, the Chrysos heirs? But when he was walking through after he said, why are you using imprisonment as a guise to protect them, he just snapped away everyone but the playable characters. I don't know. It's all slow. It's all slow. Isn't that the deliverer? You finally made it. I'm in the past, though. What do you mean? There we go. What a wretched way to die. The Flame Chase army, devoured by warbling fish, never saw it coming. Look, the cruel Imperator and her knight commander, the pitiful Warden. What a perfectly matched duo of test subjects. Their hands drip with blood, golden blood. They killed them? Eh. Raise the bridge and cross the river of fate. This path is this path of the prisoner is far from over. I can't understand what's being said. The sovereign and sword at her side. There are countless counterparts across the cosmos. Most of their stories end in tragedy. Oh. Imperator, did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator? You fool, how could you still not get it even now? With her schemes, do you think she'd ever let us end up like this by accident? She knew how this battle would end from the start. That tyrant, I swear I'll kill her with my own hands. No, she wouldn't send us to die for nothing. She would never betray our dreams, or Amphorius. Imperator, I know I'm a fool, so I'll believe in your commands to the very end. Take my life and finish the conquest of stars. Dedge. His shattered armor seizes its rise and fall. His unclosed eyes remain resolute, sharp as a broken blade. You mutt. Looks like I won't get my revenge after all. Tyrant, without me, your conquest is doomed. I'll be waiting for you in the River of Souls to slice off that crown-wearing head of yours. Remember this, I never bowed to you, or fate. Dedge. The storm beside her slowly stills, tears and blood pooling at her eyes, corners like shallow ponds of golden rain. For the first time, they coexist in harmony, dwelling in eternal peace with no more conflicts. Meh. You sniffing the dreams of the dead? Imperator, why did you... You're here, Dux Gladiorum. You ordered me to sail the sea route and handle threats from the rear. So why didn't you wait for me to return? Why send the vanguard ahead and let them die in vain? Die in vain? No, you're wrong. Their golden blood won't be spilled for nothing. The other dukes have paved the road for me to become the god of law. The trial of law? We never spoke of this to anyone. What is... The one who wishes to bear law must purge this world of its curse and offer the blood of the accursed as sacrifice. I pondered long on what Talanton meant by blood of the accursed. Then I found the answer. You, I, and every crisis are summoned by the prophecy of the accursed ones. Just like that arrogant Theoro said, our golden blood is the agent of destruction, the antithesis of the world's fate. Dux Vergoris, Dux Rimless, Dux Halkalithus, their fate was sealed at that moment. Dying on a glorious campaign was the final gift I could give them. So, she needed to have all of the Crisis heirs die for something? I'm confused. You speak as if they didn't die because of your cold-blooded schemes. Was their loyalty meaningless to you? Losses are constant on the flame-chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. If the subject marches to war without that conviction, then yes, as you said, shallow loyalty means nothing. And what about my loyalty, Cerebro? You sent me away under the pretense of guarding the rear. Was there any shred of humanity left in you? Because you still have duty no one else can bear. Only you can uphold Figus's divine authority. The choice is yours now. Cast off the chains of loyalty and drive these blades through my heart, or drive those blades through my heart, or stand with me and sever the ocean's last breath. If you no longer share my vision or believe the new law I seek to weave for Amphorius, then go on and end me. The imperative of Amphorius may be ruthless and cruel, but never a liar. When I say life itself holds little value, this, I am ready to sacrifice everything for the ambition to conquer the Sea of Stars. Now you've seen it. The brutal imperator was willing to spill the blood of 500 heroes to complete the trial of law. As for my poor warden, her suffering had only just begun. So, what did Hyslens choose? She killed her, right? I don't know, that was part of the dream. I'm no storyteller. I have no duty nor interest in filling in the history you've missed. I just want you to witness the monstrous choice the Imperator made before the Crisis Heir turned their blades against me. You think I'd fall... Why are you showing me this? I gave up on using words to solve conflicts 2,000 years ago. But I won't squander a chance, not even a sliver of one. If there's even a crack in the walls of your conviction, then my victory is already assured. Now that the past is settled, let's turn the page and bring time back to the present, and dive deeper still until we reach the very bottom of the abyss. The fleet that rode the waves was dragged down into the deep. The flame-chasing nymphs were reduced to ash. What a tragedy. And you, deliverer, shall bear witness to this golden death. Is the path ahead underwater? I need Hornix's orb to bring back the chrono vessel from the past. What are you saying? Shatter the vessel of time, let the stagnant pool start to flow again. This golden gate leads to the vortex. Hurry now, the time of our reunion draws near, deliverer. Oops. Move, why don't you move? Why is this one so... What? Constraints of ocean, time sinks into intoxic freight. Why does it just spam that? It's because I'm holding space. It is. Whoa, okay, 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 chill, chill, that's enough, chill, 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 chill. Now this cruel journey will reach its end at long last. Hutchinson's disease. Dude, let me open. Hello? Thank you. Oh, thank goodness the doors don't also open slowly. You've been silent for a long while, Duck's Gladiator. I'm starting to doubt your decision. Save your breath, the vortex of Figusa lies just ahead. After the trial, there's nothing left between us. So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Duck's Gladiator? I was always a creature of the sea. The stars in the sky were never meant for me. Yay, space anchor. Cognitive anchor. Or something. Look, a gravestone. But whose name does it bear? It was here that the prisoner, who thinks herself the prison warden, made her choice. Witness, listen, and awaken. Duck's Gladiator, I've lost count of how many times you've stood here over the past centuries. You talk too much for a prisoner like Lygus. Two geniuses who defied law and all the Chrysosers who sacrificed themselves in the cycle work together, chip away at my strength. But they, you, can never affect my will. And as long as my will remains intact, I am free. Don't get ahead of yourself. I still have ways to change your divine soul. Please, do surprise me, but I'd say your mission is nearly done here, isn't it? It was here you gorged out the the core flame of ocean from Figus's body. It was here you and that Imperator both completed apotheosis, becoming pillars of Amphorius, and after that, you drove your blade into her heart. A loyal subject turned regicide, a demigod committing deicide, or so the history books paint that tragedy. But if that's the truth, then why, after 1,000 years, are you still here, guarding the Imperator's grave, still bound by loyalty? Come to think of it, perhaps I'm not the only one imprisoned here. Your calm does stir the rage in me, as if the one paying the price here isn't you, but us, the ones who lost everything. That's only because I've waited 30 million lifetimes for my vision to be realized. Countless millennia. Loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, for a prisoner of the cave, it's more like an old friend, one that helps me think. But you're different, Dux Gladiorum. Loneliness has crept from the silent depths, sinking its claws into your mind. Bit by bit, it's peeling you apart. Will you regress into one of those lost mad sirens? Oh, what a shame that would be. You're right, LYGUS. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. These shackles are too heavy for a fish that cannot perceive any light. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under, nor do I have the unwavering resolve to force myself to wait for that person's return as everyone hoped for. Ah, deliver from beyond the sky. My executioner, how much longer until she arrives here? Or will she ever return? I don't know, and I doubt anyone does. Then, what will you do? Saridra. This will be the last time I carry out your decree. Does something and then offs herself? Ever since you took me under your banner and made me the Dux Gladiorum, my music has belonged to others. Time and time again, I use the siren song to lure the unwary into illusions for your schemes and strategies. Now let the siren Helectra sing for herself. Let me step into an endless dream of my own making. Oh. O great ocean, I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom in exchange for the strength to stand against the Niobe and honor the sacrifices of the fallen heroes. Huh? The Niobe, caps and in quotations. What? Gray Fry, deliver from beyond the sky. When you ride the currents of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. It will guide you to the heart of this world. By then, I may still be lost in my self-wrought slumber, but I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal the Theoros. Do you still remember? To awaken someone from a siren's voice, you'll need LYGUS' honeydew. Honeydew? Honeybrew? Honeydew. The thing she gave to us at the in the cup and whatever at the Grove of Epiphany. The gift I once gave you may still have it when the time comes. When you return, please pour that honey brew into this grave, upon this grave. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices, and may you see it one day. The prelude Amphorius wrote for your return carried forward through a 1,000-year relay. When your morning ends, I'll likely wait for my dream as well, then follow the trail of echoes and find me. And together we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition. At long last, 33,550,336 cycles and 4,931 years later, Amphorius' final curtain is ready to fall. The shadows in the cave gave everything, yet all they did was mimic the life outside its walls, a futile effort steeped in sorrow. Enough. There were no shadows. I finally speak. Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. Core flame of Trailblaze? Let's go! And now, with that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Amphorius. So, are we ever gonna get that scene in the Nameless Faces promo video? Like, we never got any of those, or like almost any. Did we get any of those scenes? But that scene where she snaps her pen to the side and breaks the whole thing, and Cyrene comes from behind to hug her. I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I need water. Nice. Do you still choose the will of the past as your answer in the end? I do not agree with that answer, but I respect your tribute to them. Allow me to take back my earlier words. Which ones? As an apology, and in the name of Theros who saw all destinies in this world, let me join you in mourning. Let us bid farewell to the heroes who sleep here. And then, let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise with this new dawn. Libate for the heroes. What does libate mean? To sing for them? To the crisis heirs who gave their lives chasing flame. Their fates were not foretold by prophecy, yet they bore no shame in their insignificance. With unwavering resolve, they shed golden blood along the flame chase journey. Read the inscription. Dux Fragoris Labianus, born light calendar 3743, deceased light calendar 3960. I guess the crisis heirs in general live longer? Or do people in general live longer in this? Dux Broomless Seneca, born light calendar 3749, deceased light calendar 3960. Dux Carminum Virginia, born light calendar 3853, deceased light calendar 3960. Dux Halkalithus Apollonius, born light calendar 3704, deceased light calendar 3970. He's an old one. Or rather, Virginia is just a... Okay. At the end of the long epitaph, Sarija the Imperator, the demigod of law, deceased light calendar 3960. Libate for the heroes of the first flame chase journey. You pour the honey brew onto the gravestone, amber liquid seeping into the crevices of the inscriptions, as if the heroes are drinking deep of the spilled tribute. To Virginia, Apollonius, Seneca, Labianus, and Sarija. Through a brutal sacrifice, they lit the stars of law in this world, propelling Emphorus' fate forward. In the shimmering mirage of illusion, they entrusted their dreams to ride along the stars to the hero yet to come. Libate for the demigods. To the crisis heirs who gave their lives for a new world, their fates, as foretold by prophecy, are to be born whenever the world needs them, irrespective of how time and space may shift, all to fulfill their duty and answer their calling. Terravox, the demigod of Earth, born approximately 2,000 years before the light calendar system, deceased light calendar 3961. What? Dan Heng, you're dead? What? No! Dan Heng, where are you? Well, I don't actually know if Terravox is actually Dan Heng, but unless we get a so-and-so 338th cycle where he is. Or eternal recurrence. Aglaia, the demigod of romance, born light calendar 3860, deceased light calendar 4029. Wait, so we arrived actually around 39 something, and then after we got yeeted away and came back, we're in 49 something, right? Castor, the demigod of death, born light calendar, deceased light calendar 4123. Midamus, the demigod of strife, born light calendar 4071, deceased light calendar 4284. Tribius, the demigod of passage, born light calendar 3720, the last piece of her deceased in light calendar 4295. Cipher, the demigod of trickery, born light calendar 3942, deceased light calendar 4534. Anaxagoras, should be the same one, right? Yeah. The demigod of reason, born light calendar 4065, deceased light calendar 4534. Hyacinthia, the demigod of sky, born light calendar 4297, deceased light calendar 4602. At the end of the epitaph, a line left unfinished. For Helectra, yep. Demigod of Ocean, born light calendar 3860, deceased light calendar Lie bait for the heroes of the second flame chase journey. You tip the chalice once more, the honeybrew bathing the stone like golden blood upon a demigod, forging destiny through its purifying flow. To Aglaya, Tribios, Midamos, Castorus, Anaxagoras, Cyphera, Hyacinthia. Yeah, so Final's just completely absent here. Doing whatever works somehow beneath, like, behind the whole thing to at least hold back the Black Tide for part of it. In a relay spanning a thousand years, they stood against enemies far beyond their strength and won a bitter victory through what seemed like futile resistance. And in that same 30 million cycles, also marked by futility, they remained steadfast in fulfilling their duty to the experiment, unchanging, unwavering. Let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last allow me one final toast to the lost prison warden. Sorry. A prisoner bound by loyalty. Her eyes widen. That voice, could it be? Bathed in the honeydew of Fegusa, she will awaken from her 1,000-year dream and sing the final song of her mission. Isolines. His voice is no longer like sort of digital. Wait, what? This tombstone of the old world serves as the anchor of the siren's illusion, a sigil Electra used to bind herself. At the same time, it is the very thing I once proclaimed at the start of the show, a microcosm of Enforced itself. His voice is missing the robotic filter. Like, I don't think that's like it means like we're finally encountering him again. I feel like he's always had a robotic filter, even when we're quote really encountering him. No, it's bad. A group of prisoners bound themselves in a cave, crowning their suffering with heroism, an epic stage with shadows and echoes. Now, destroy it. And the illusion, the Theoros, will take his leave for now, and when we next meet, then shall be the moment that decides the fate of Amphoris and the entire cosmos. Where does this lead to? There's nothing back here. Shed all golden blood for the past. The world and I shall halt here until we meet again. Okay, well. Tuskbear, how'd you get there? What? And she's singing. This is giving me some minor Nier vibes, even though I've never played any of the Nier games. The last demigod, I'm here. The loneliest one. I feel like Finon's the loneliest one, in a way. Go forth, for the hopes of humankind. What's that? Go forth, for the duty of deliverance. Go forth, for the belief in flame chase. Go forth for the Golden Blood's glory! Go forth! Upon the bones of Titans lies the demigod stage, only the seabed that has smothered all loneliness, blood, and tears can uplift an ocean of joyous melodies. Do you need a hug? All devouring narwhal. Genshin. Can I breathe? That's the world bearing, core flame of world bearing, right? The last one. Little gray fry, please accept my thanks. And we're here. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintained this lonesome feast with my songs. I prayed to that lightless sea for centuries, hoping they would reply to me, yet the emptiness never answered. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. Oh. Your song is beautiful. Thank you, final audience of mine. This is probably the last praise I'll ever hear in my life. Now, you and I will walk towards the end of this world. The heroes have awaited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify our resolve. Oh, prisoners of the sea, Theoros carrying 30 million cycles of sin, slave of the erudition. Show yourself, the deliverer has returned, and the time of your execution draws near. I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths, and has returned to the cave to try and bring her friends into the sunlight she once bathed in. Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners, blind to the very chains that bind them. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice, but I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, every actor should have a final line before they bow out. For a narrator, you're awfully talkative. It's beeping again. Trust me, this will be the final scene. The last dusk this world will ever see shall become the climax that decides the fate of the cosmos. What an appropriate end. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the wall by the fire, and my words are lingering echoes within the cave. I mean, sure, but like, your avatar still, like, was still bound here, and that clearly did something, right? How can a character in a play fight against the audience? Because Lana failed. The demigod sacrifices were pointless. As for the two geniuses you placed such high hopes on, I ask of you, where are they now? Like calendar 3960, after the Imperator was assassinated. Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. That's particularly true for geniuses. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward victory in a world constructed by an ordinary Intellitron. Shut the frick up and get thee out of here, dumb fricking bot. No one likes you. Yep, it's doing the beeping, the background quote music in the exomyth. An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, senior society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Enforce's true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, it's a detached part of this divine corpus. No. But did you figure out how to get past that Quaterzayan algebraic expressions or something? That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Ionic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat. You better have an explanation for the society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this? Answer me. Who? Tell me who! Whomst? Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two a rational answer, purely as a courtesy to posterity. The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, the imaginary tree. Oh, we're going into Honkai and and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic. Prima mobile. What the prima mobile is what drives the eons. How does that... Is this referring to the prima mobile for eons in general or just nooses? Amphorius is a... Which ones are here? It has to... That's Fegusa, right? Talanton, I don't actually know most of them. That's Sky. But this isn't 3960, so... Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all born prisoners inside this nutshell called the universe. Where all are born prisoners inside this nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road that plunges into the abyss, from which there is no return. I led them into a lightless cage called Paths. So how is killing Noose specifically gonna fix that? I mean, we know, friggin', Nanook in general has, like, all the Lord Ravagers are there to oppose a particular path. Like, Zephyro is for the Nihility, Selenova is for... I don't know what this... I don't remember. But they all had, like... There were like 7 of them, and they each opposed a path. But there are more than 7 paths, so I don't remember the logic for deciding which ones to oppose. I created a mechanical god that even I cannot control, and then they became an unparalleled nightmare through their endless extrapolations and evolutions. He's what's his name, Xandar? He is what? Xandar Kua whatever something is his Xandar 1 Kuwabara. He is Xandar 1 Kuwabara? He created a mechanical god that even I cannot control. Xandar 1 was the one that created Noose, right? And was #1 of Genius Society, right? And they become an unparalleled nightmare through their endless extrapolations and evolutions. What? I mean... Okay, he created something and he wants to destroy it, sure, but... Like, huh. They bore the name of the erudition, yet they tried to define the known and seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension, and humanity will forever be shackled within the cave known as eons. But... Noose was not the first one. Was not the first eon. Were they? Like, LYGUS opposes Noose specifically. Nanook opposes the other eons, the other several of the other major ones. But if LYGUS is trying to get rid of the whole concepts and whatever of eons overall, what is killing Noose specifically going to do? Like, what does that accomplish? I'm so confused. Therefore, as my organic life neared the end, I coded my consciousness using Quaterzaean algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize my ultimate denial of Noose in the future and to erase my wrongs with my own hands. As for LYGUS, he was only one of these 9 vessels. What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking the truth. You surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me in this algebraic world sharing its origin with Nous. However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never allow such a cruel atrocity to occur. You can pile your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the fact you're committing, the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version, and yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within M4 becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences. First genius, is there? Okay. Lycurgus is a vessel of Xander 1 Kuwabara. Now, I know I've said I'm not one to really be able to grasp details and definitely not one to be able to theory craft and make these connections and stuff, but how many people thought that LYGUS is Xander 1? Hello? Of course I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time before I thoroughly exile you from this world. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega. What I call the fall of erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bed in the chaos, a universe that cannot be predicted and not be shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and reach true sunlight. Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth after all has been reduced to ash. That's not a reason for you to toy with fate. The Amphorians already answered long ago, be it a tiny fish destined to be swallowed or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent descent. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra, once the Imperator subject, now the Deliverer's blade. Boss fight here? Such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect and provide an insignificant academic suggestion. Oh, we're gonna see his ugly mascot face. Ew. Thus speaks Genius Society number 1, Xander 1 Kuwabara, the Entelechy of the universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides only in its answer. As for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous, it is all utterly meaningless. So where are... Ew, you're so ugly. Ew. Ew. Put the mask back on. Ew. So where are Thirda and Skulum though? Remember this, as Naze's creator, I know more about the death of knowledge than they ever will. Careful, this is LYGUS' true form. When Xander switches to evolution mode, enemy targets appearing on the battlefield are ally When the sprites being summoned can accelerate Xander's mode switching. Okay, what does that do? Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, you know what? Friggin' okay, my APOC team. No, my Jinglio actually would have been unironically pretty good here. What was that? Ice and Wind, and I didn't catch the last one, but I don't have Saber built yet. I'm working on that. Oh, but I don't have the right stuff on her. The speed sync's messed up. Actually, no, the speed sync's okay. No, I did. So what does this do? Is she an evolution node? No. To LYGUS. Use set proof method equal black tide after 2 more instances of either of the following. Okay. Ice, wind, physical. Figures. It's gonna favor ice lanes. So why is this health bar blue? Is that saying because there's 5 health bars? You're so ugly. Ew. Ew. Disgusting. Logic is not a weapon, but a pair of shadows. Allow me to shatter them for you. Antimony. The Antimony state will activate ultimates. However, using ultimate during this effect will cost massive HP. Yeah, I've got a launch. It's fine. Give me that. Oh wait, Luocha is set on destruction needs no introduction. Let us skip those boring interferences. Luocha is on relics meant to support casters, which means no ERR. I don't remember if he has speed boost on right now. He does, okay. Wait. Do I use speed boots for supporting casters? I don't remember. Why does Luocha's healing seem so low? Is this a black tide? Indeed, but I prefer to call it a method of argument. Can this kill? No, right? So how long does it last? 1 turn. Shield reduction and it's non-fatal. Okay. Break. Wait, what is this? Cold Destruction Theorem. When taking action, enhances Xander next use of Query Prime Mover. Something out there. It's blocked. Oh my goodness. Query Prime Mover is in use. Well, you're frozen, buddy, so. Oh goodness. Alright, Casterus. Why is this healing so bad? Hello? What? I see it. Target the connector between his thoracic and lumbar vertebrae. Destroys that spot. Is that what it said? Entities must not be manipulated beyond necessity. I do not mind demonstrating to you this personally. Or multiplied beyond necessity. Oh crap. Hang in there, I'll do my best to repel this tsunami of the destruction. Rick Walcha. I'll switch later, whatever. I'm so close. Strange modem takes increased damage. I'm fine. Critique of pure reason. What does that do? Oh. Cutscene? Yeah. Dang, you're actually getting bodied, bro. You suck. That can't be it, though. We've still got 3.6, 3.7. Do we have a 3.8? But I have to do Aranova so that they can capitalize on so that... Oh, let's choose one, yeah. I'm not, though. Cyrene? Ah! She's back! Where did you get yeeted off to? Oh, is this it? Yes! It's this scene! Let's go! Oh. Bro! Like Calendar 3960 after... Bro! It didn't do the part where it breaks apart everything. Screwy? Screwy. What do you think? If your hypothesis of LYGUS' identity is true, then even if we remove the restrictions of the Ultimate Protocol, the chances of defeating him in a head-on battle will still remain lower than the acceptable threshold. Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Miss Echo. And Miss Cyrene. Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing. LYGUS' cognition resides in the exomyth. He is both an instigator within the experiment and the observer outside of it. Logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of that world. That's where things get tricky. He simultaneously exists in two different timelines where the internal clocks are wildly different. Battle and Teletron's neurons have clearly gotten used to that over this prolonged experiment. That's why he holds home field advantage. You and I should be able to manage that too, if given more time. Unfortunately, there is no if. We don't have more time. That's why we need to change our way of thinking and turn this advantage into a weakness. The key lies in memories, right? We're gonna overload him with memories or something? Oh, you caught on quick. You've already mentioned Ekonai, so it's an easy connection to make, no? My intuition has always been very on point. Good, then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far exceeds that of normal people within Emphorius, we are going to externally plant a memory into his inspiration circuit. Then command it to loop endlessly until he gives in. Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration circuit cannot withstand the traffic of a full-on information flood. Okay, guess I wasn't exactly wrong. When the amount of information exceeds his cognition filter's capacities, he will have no choice but to focus on processing this memory. That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphorius will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might be only a second for us, but for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions or even billions of calculations. He won't be able to do anything but watch as he's locked into this prison forged by memories. Then we can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness and pain in that endless recurrence. It's my greatest honor to be on the same page as the geniuses. Echo is still in that old Intellitron's hands and won't be able to respond to us anytime soon, but I don't think she'd refuse. So it's up to you to figure out how to execute this plan. Right, friggin' I'm so stupid. Cyrene did get yeeted away at the Grove of Epiphany, right? But then when we made it back, she had somehow returned, which I don't remember how. Was that explained? But she had somehow returned and was guiding us through the memories as well. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it was as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the remembrance. Yes, I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a meme sprite, but that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories and do my part for the final battle. But before that, we have to tell you. The path characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple meme sprite. However, I'm sure about one thing. You are a mimetic entity born in Amphorius, yet you only awakened with Echo's arrival, and only matured as she embarked on the path of remembrance. That means your existence is completely attached to Echo's memories. If there ever comes a day when she forgets about you for even a few seconds or loses her last connection with Amphorius... No, don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the memory zone, utterly gone, without even a single line of data to remember you by. But that's already happened, hasn't it? No wonder I've always had a weird hunch, but that also means I was right in thinking. As long as Echo and I are together, we can do anything. Long time no see, Echo. Did you miss me while you were away? Yes. No, I'm not gonna be a dick. Of course I missed you. It's good to see you're doing well. Same here. I've been waiting for Echo for 1,000 years. Like how everyone in Amphorius was also waiting for the Deliverer's return. Echo probably already knew that the genius's plans about the genius's plans from that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner of time so LYGUS wouldn't find me and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now, the moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed and his twin timelines are intersecting. I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from Echo all this time. I'll tell you the entire unedited story of this millennium as an apology after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step with the power of the remembrance. Come, let's defeat LYGUS together. Yep, by the way, speaking of joining hands, by the power of Nakama. Can I please do something before I go on stage? Wink. Heh. What you gonna do? Remember the joke we made back at the Grove, Echo? Look. Aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling, like countless memories all swelling up at once. What about you, Echo? What did you feel when we touched each other? You feel very tangible and very real. Really, that makes me really happy. If memories can move people, then it must have been a happy memory, right? Now, please remember what you're feeling right now, write it down in your heart, and keep it there. Memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still leave traces of their existence. So, if the view in your memory ever goes fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. It's like reading bedtime stories together at night. It wipes away the chill of passing time, sharpens the outline of memory, and restores its power to nourish the spirit. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while I must part from you as I step into the long cycles of this world. Cyrene's so cute. Give me your blessings, Echo. Then, let that bright future be as we have written. Not as I've written, as we've written. Ah, man, we got teased and it didn't happen. Nice memories, buddy. We're just gonna do it over and over again. Yep. Wait. Are we trying different core flames? No, it's still weird though. Cyrene! Pause it again. What is it called? Even the authority of time cannot command the entire scepter, nor can it plunge the M4 extrapolation into a loop. If this is no system malfunction, then was I implanted with a mimetic entity of the remembrance? You guessed it right away. That's expected from someone called the first genius. I'm gonna keep doing what I just did, if you don't stop, you know? Echo and I won't allow you to leave this memory no matter what happens. Which means you're now trapped, Lord Xandar. I wish the, I've come to bargain. An elegant idea and exquisite execution. Regrettably, it is you who are restrained by time, not me. Know that patience is my greatest weapon. Waiting and victory are the same for me. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity, just like Kozlana did. Yet all I need to do is wait, as yet another futile bug falls down the cliff and into the bottomless abyss. A pink bug? My looks are seriously changing all the time. But you're not wrong. We're definitely not going to solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. March 9th, which I'm not sure is even March anymore, but March 9th! Danheng, where are you? So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place. Aha! Aha, we were playing 6D chess. You thought you got rid of them? Well, that was all part of the plan. I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the Synesthesia Dreamscape in the Asdana system? Interestingly, that place once had a prison too. Ah, we're using Pennaconan stuff. Life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts in one another states. I call this phenomenon memory zone entanglement. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream, after adding in the catalyst of the harmony and remembrance, that is. Pennaconan was involved with remembrance? I mean, memories, sure, that... Is that how you walked into my prison cell using those same principles? I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen to have an ally skilled in tuning. Well, Miss Echo and Miss Cyrene, let's go! Sunday's finally helping! From off screen! Both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which I'm sure you can testify to. I'm also sure that with the support of such resolute Memesprite, our conversation can last a long, long time. I'm the best at listening to stories, you know. I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses. A brainstorm? I like it. And it's 2 against 1? I like it even more. Let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And how many ways we can find a deal with you? Besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our trump card away. Go, little one. Go overturn the Aeronova. Lycurgus disappeared? Seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I cannot reach. In that case, go swim onward and give this campaign a fitting end. I shall send you off with my song, Grey Fry. May the song penetrate time and become the prelude to the new world. Oh, for God of Vengeance. Okay. So what am I using on him? Some of this crappy stuff is like, yeah, I just need the effect res for Broken Keel. She's singing. She pours her heart and soul into singing you farewell. For 1,000 years this melody has never ceased in Styxia. Submit, core flame. Is this supposed to change color before it goes in? Time to go. Oh, she's sad. She's just gonna disappear. Oh. Glux Gladiorium. Gladiorium, you have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise. We're now swimming towards it. You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind. Though your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the endless days to come. So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the sky with the Deliverer. Does it show up as we've written now instead of as I've written? Is this? A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to gift this page to you when everything finally reaches the end. Does that mean we get to at least see her in the train? What's on this page? Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook. Like calendar 3960 before the campaign against Vegusa. Is this that delivers experience? It's truly immersive. Ah, this is when we were at the Grove of Epiphany, trying to find Anaxa. People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal past scenery into crystals they call light cones. But I only know so much about the remembrance, so I can't completely replicate the past, but I'll do my best to talk about the missing parts. I'm all ears. Go on then, do your best. But if your chatter gets too boring or I deem it offensive, then law will become forever beyond your reach. Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark on a journey into the unknown. Ah, coming from the sky. Very fitting of a knight, the only piece that can jump over other pieces. So what does that do? With military merit. What brightly colored annals. The journey of the Deliverer's conquest. Let me partake in it. Is this a fortress in the sky? Close enough. This is the first step of Echo's journey along the starry seas. This place is called the Herta Space Station. Just think of it as a supersized Grove of Epiphany. Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikythereans lent me a helping hand back at the banquet. Thanks, Screwlim is an Antikytherean. Look, over there. Looks like Echo's talking to Madame Herta in this memory. She's gonna be like, why is she so small? Let's go listen to what she thinks about this world, all constructed by eons and paths. Exactly, you're telling me that woman is Herta? She seems shorter than I remember. Ah, got him, GG, see? Because it's a doll. It's not real, it's not Herta, it's Herta. Very nice space station, huh? But just wait, after a couple more stops on the Astral Express, you'll see sights that'll make this place look ordinary. The cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns, but none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll understand what I mean. So, do your best with the nameless. Break a leg. And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you've got some downtime. She certainly shares my way of thinking. Only that, instead of a conquest through blood and fire, they chose a gentler path. People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlim geniuses. Apparently only the smartest people in the cosmos can receive the blessing of Nous and voice his true creator. Do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely subordinates to a god? On the contrary, after all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know all the details about that. You might be able to ask Madame Herta yourself when you get the chance. Let's go check out some other worlds next, shall we? Next stop on this journey, Urillo 4 or 6. Has a lot of similarities to Emphorius. Are we going to Penacony then? No. Snow-covered land. Snow-covered land. Interesting. This star is named Urillo 6. Oh, that name sounds so cool. Bellabog sounds better. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world, the leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster. I do not expect the Empress of this world to be so young. Well, your appearance isn't much older. Ah, she's gonna take offense to that. The object in the distance remembers Nikador. Is it a weapon? Which one? No, it's called, right, the Geological Reconstruction Unit. This thing? That doesn't really... I guess that could kind of look like Nikador. Just like Juris' Titankin? Disappointing. Himiko, uh-oh. March, uh-oh. It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis. The collaboration with the IBC is both an opportunity and a challenge. Nonetheless, it's an important step on our journey back into the universe. This world was sealed beneath the sky just like Forest was. And they only managed to reconnect with the stars when the Nameless arrived. That IPC she spoke of, is it a more powerful organization? One of the strongest. Yes, the IPC conquered many worlds through trade and opened up a vast territory that way. There are many such powerful alliances beyond Forest, and they all walk on roads different from the destruction. Coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her Bellbog, didn't they find a peaceful way to enter the interstellar community? That cannot be true. The IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend to be a wealthy merchant with clean hands, but I'm willing to bet that it grew fat on gory oppression and bloodshed. Yeah. Forceful diplomacy, I guess. I don't know. Its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak and would have destroyed them if needed. Are you telling me that the Snowland never thought about tossing its dignity into the wind and kneeling to the IPC? I will not believe it. I will never allow the Imperator's empire to be sullied by others, and Forest must become a power so strong that no interstellar foreigner would dare look down upon us. Imperator, Bellbog isn't as weak as you imagine. Listen. I indeed hesitated, but now I understand what we must do. Bellbog must learn how to walk on her own until she no longer needs the support of others, and can stand on her 2 feet among the stars. Even if I may not live to see it, I believe such a day will surely come. They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice and help them into a prosperous tomorrow. But the order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain until they wither and turn to dust. Unless they embrace the power of the destruction. Wait, no, and Forest must shatter the old law and become a new order among the stars. Speaking of the order, another one of Echo's companions may be able to enlighten you further on that. Now we're going to Emphorius. Let's go to the next page. The next world is a nation of dreams. The first time I heard about that place, I didn't even know what to think. I'm gonna disappear for a moment. I reappear. Ah, there's Welt and Mr. Sunde. Oh, such opulence does indeed evoke astonishment. This world is called Penacony, an eternal city built upon a land of dreams. It's also Echo's previous stop, where they went through a risky but exciting adventure. Tell me about it, then. That man standing afar has wings on his head. I am truly curious. Hello, Vian. I wish to gaze upon the views of the Reverie Hotel one more time, Echo. It'll just be a traveler when I'll just be a traveler when I come back here again. And perhaps through a traveler's eyes, even the things I once knew so well will feel strangely different. Penacony is a land of the harmony where all dreams and hopes merge and combine. It believes in unrestrained freedom, and that's how it lost itself in shallow delights. Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its laws using the power of order, hoping to shape a dream-bound paradise of perfect happiness. Yet the paradise of my dreams remained far away. Perhaps a brief journey with the Nameless can show me more possibilities in my search for paradise. As for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No, up to their trailblazing now. It sounds like this ideal kingdom is no more. That's right, the people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow one drowning in sweet dreams. It's an individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity, and yet the fact that he could accept defeat and resume his journey shows rare self-awareness and clarity of mind. You're also very self-aware, Imperator. Then you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place for humanity. I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus' honeyed words of deceit. I've seen enough. Take me back. Welt, when are you going to go crazy? Then, let's wrap up this trip down memory lane with one last scene. Are we going to explore the 33,550,336th cycle? This absolute wonder. Isn't it pretty? That's our Emphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. a Mobius strip. Though we were born from the designs of the gods and are not yet truly alive, the crisis heirs of Emphorus still chose to stand against fate and carved a legend no different from that of humankind. Will you really renounce the heroes in the world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Even including yourself? Will you bow to a brutal destiny and allow that puppet master named the Destruction to have their wish? I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me and tilt those scales of law toward her and the two geniuses. You really saw right through me, Imperator. How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's minds? I have decided on Law's final destination. However, before I move my next chess piece, before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Throughout her trailblaze, was there ever a memory of the ocean? Oh, she's thinking of Hysolans. We haven't yet, but we were planning to go to one. It's the one that Misha was from. Mikhail Char Legwork. That is his name, right? I forgot what it's called. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. Mikhail. Redirect. Where? Is Lushaka it? Is Lushaka the ocean world? It is. Okay. Sure. The ocean, my cradle, my home. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world and eternally slumber in the sound of tides. You shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides and complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world. Our prophecy is aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself, an elegant loop, like a joyful hymn. Like the circulating ocean current, like our two fates, like Emphorus itself. Like calendar 3960 at the end of the campaign against Figusa. The trial is over, so tell me, who will own the defiant authority of law? I won't give it to anyone. What? I am the law. Why should I give my imperial crown to any other? Both the Deliverer and the Theros came from beyond the sky. They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own two hands. The law of Emphorus shall be determined by Emphorus' master. What exactly did you see in the trial? Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation that Theros spoke of. I saw the ultimate protocol. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn good into evil, ugliness into beauty, and weakness into strength. Fate gave me a very fair deal. One rule change for the life of one demigod. What are you planning to do? I can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying on any power from beyond the sky. We just need to make some reasonable sacrifices. Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives for the law, and you're still not done? I am determined for Emphorus to stand on her own 2 feet among the stars. You are beyond reason. You think such a simple and hypocritical statement can justify your atrocities? There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of Emphorus' revolutions. Ever since the flame chase prophecy resounded in silence, fate has decreed for the crisis heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it weren't for my conquests. But your rule doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Bloodshed, tyranny, oppression. You're making the same mistakes they did. Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and forged new ones. Go and see what my conquest brought to this world. I cleansed the crisis war's filth and mended all the conflicts left by the era bellica. I restored Okama's might and allowed mortals and crisis heirs to face each other as equals in the council. I punished all sins and rewarded all achievements. I smashed Talanton's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's what the Imperator has done in her glorious life. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Sarija, but it will never forget the Imperator's people or the Flame Chase era she began. The final words? M-Force is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There's only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance, so I will only offer the life of one demigod. Herself. In the name of the Imperator, I command you one last time, Electra. Either sacrifice yourself for the conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword. Thus, the Imperator concluded her final speech. At the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots before her very first campaign. My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll see fate's reigns. The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiatorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left, which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law. There are many countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is, when the night left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests together. The beginning and the end of her existence. Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer. The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove. Have they surrendered? They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The golden cocoon pass is now the First Legion's hand. In the First Legion's hands. Good. What about the Delosian militia? Delosian militia. The Third Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days. That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Lydonian cannons are left? There are no more. The Second and Fourth Legions have destroyed them all. Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will be able to liberate the Grove of Epiphany in the blink of an eye. We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the current fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must keep moving forward. Take no prisoners among the enemy soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go, notify the entire army. Understood. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you. Reporting in, the Mound Dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mound Breaker has personally engaged in battle. Their formations are now impenetrable. Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions, tell them to retreat into the Tritos plains before the evening hour. Before the parting hour. What? Are you planning to surrender? It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battlefield. Danny! Where are you? Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast Terravox? What can they even do? Stupid? No. They're the wisest of all of Rios' creations. Only they can perceive the currents of time. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. We will advance and take the lead in defeating what remains of our enemy. I'll deliver the most fiery retribution for the humiliation they dealt us and crown myself with God-slaying wreath. Understood. I'll see to it. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you. The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator. They refused to surrender and said this letter is their last warning to us. Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten approval. Disobedience will be punishable by death. What are you doing? The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea from their brains all for short-sighted gain. They are much shrewder than we are. I'm inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I'm not blessed with. Launching an unplanned attack will only disadvantage us, as all of Enforce will judge our actions. Which means I'll be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done. This time, however, I will go alone. I will conduct secret negotiations to ensure fate is on our side. Understood. The legions will make their preparations. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you. Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator? Her voice is even higher. This will be a long voyage with no return. Those of you who bear the prophecy cannot come with me. Why are you personally leading this battle if it's doomed to fail? The Flame Chase journey cannot be without a leader. That is correct. The Empire will be without a head when the Imperator falls, but remember, as long as you seize the right opportunities, even a chaotic game will remain winnable. My departure will create a long staircase for you. You'll understand what I mean when news of my death reaches your ears. Cyrene, is your journey about to be over? Destroy the old laws and forge new ones. My conquest has reached its limits within the borders of Emphorius. Since the prophecy already decreed that the Imperator would never conquer the stars as she wished, I will bow out here and try no more. More crisis heirs bearing divine authority will be born, and many more heroes will arise. Will they demand peace or war? Will they resist tyranny, or become the next Imperator? I do not care. The children of the future will decide for themselves. Do not mourn for me. Anyone can kill the Imperator, but only one can truly destroy her. But the only one who can truly destroy her is Cyrene. At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this point in the story. However, for some reason, a memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put down my pen. It was a journey on a fantastical train. I had the honor of having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Imperator under the stars, and asked her this question at the end of that discussion. How do you want history to remember you? As a hero who gave up her life for the Flame Chase? Or as a tyrant? She answered so quickly, as if she had made up her mind long ago. I would rather be forgotten than be defined. Because the law can be neither eternal nor unchallenged. She stabbed herself, I guess. And only humanity can pen laws into history's pages. Now I have shattered the greatest law of Emphorius. The game is nearing its end. Dux Gladiorum, even though you killed the Imperator in the previous 30 million cycles. Oh. I thought Cyrene was still, like, alive, just missing in action in the previous cycle, the one that started the 30,336 one. This time you finally found your own law. Then, Hycelins, Electra. I'll ask someone to deliver the prophecy's ocean at the boundaries of this world to you. Will you choose to swim into that ocean? I do not care. Do not care. Dej? Oh, the light in her eyes are gone. The Imperator muttered about her conquests, and news of her death spread in the city. I do like these renders. Oops. Freedom, liberty, the tyrant is dead. Go shout this news in the streets. My people, my fellow elders, do not panic. Stand your ground. That usurper has paid for her ambition with her life. People once cheered for my ascension, and now they cheer for my fall. No matter, I am fond of applause. I see. The cosmos, the battlefield that I cannot reach. I will return. In the next cycle, the stars will hear my legion's war drums, hear the great name of the Imperator. Hear Emphorius's Cyrene. To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the cost of her life. Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate, just like every other chess game she ever played. We only know her death inflamed Okema. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put themselves between masses and her monuments, declaring loudly that the sovereign is still among the people. It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. It is the name borne by Okema's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Cyrene. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away, and the sound of tides in her ears drowned out the people's cries. What was the Imperator thinking about in that prophesied ocean at the boundaries of this world? In that shallow puddle of stagnant water? Was she reminiscing about her past conquest, or repenting for the millions killed for the flame chase? It was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard, dissected by light and shadow, in the afternoon when her teacher played against her for the first time. Look at this chessboard. What do the pieces look like? They are strangely beautiful. They look like the stars in the night sky ablaze. What? Why are we in Scale Gorge Waterscape? Oh, from that page. Oh, well, yeah, she is visiting. Huh. Well, yeah, I guess some areas of the Luofu does have a lot of water, yeah. With the Vidyadhara. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. She is visiting this part of our memory. From that page emerged an ocean. So vast, so pure. Not a single trace of corruption. Is this Ceridra? Electra, my subject. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes and the emptiness in your heart. That is why I promised you a new ocean, where the Imperator's ambitions would serve as the currents and loyalty would be its light. Electra, my subject, you have done your duty as my blade. The prophecy has now made its final decree on the road I intend to walk. My conquest is doomed to never reach the stars. But the Imperator never makes empty promises, so take this memory, this ocean beyond the sky, as witnessed by the Deliverer. It is the final gift that the Imperator can leave for her subject. Why am I in Britain? Why am I in Scale Gorge Waterscape? Except it actually makes sense here. Or Ides Elysiae, but yeah. When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt so genuine swimming through the waters. But once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a play. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life, so I too donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. I became your blade in war and the violin strings at banquets. Violin? She does kind of remind me of Selena from TGR, although I'm not even close to catching up in the story or a lot of the character stories, so I don't know. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland, nor do I crave the swelling seas beyond the sky. She just doesn't want to be alone. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to, even at the end. But I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish, and she can never leave the ocean she's in. But whether under the ocean or on land, we two prisoners who can never escape this cave can still look outside the cave and see the stars. I have to admit, the 12 factors emulation of life in this experiment has far exceeded my expectations. Make your choice then, senior society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusions? Or do you want to return to the audience to see and give yourself Emphorius and the entire cosmos a more fitting end? I must refuse. A dead man never fears death. Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them all up, would you? I mean, you did design this whole thing specifically with Polka Kakaman in mind, designing a barrier to prevent her from detecting this whole thing. Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine, therefore allow me to provide one more academic recommendation. Listen, my peers, why don't you look beyond this world, just as the Chrysaors did? Reevaluate their calculations, and take into account all enemies in the upcoming war among the Eons. Emphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 paths fight to the death. You used Memoria to resist me, but did you not consider the possibility that the Remembrance and their children might have taken this opportunity to join the fray as well? That is kind of what Black Swan wanted to avoid. The more shrewd the more shrewd members of the Garden of Recollection. In the meantime, Ah, welcome back, March 9th. Oh, so this isn't just silence. That's the answer. What was the last thing Echo said to you before you parted the waters at Skelgorge Waterscape? A tricky question, but one with a simple answer. She didn't say anything back then, right? Danny! That's correct. And now, I'm sure. You're not March 7th. There's no way she'd remember that detail. Ooh, ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh. Okay, well, I guess I'm not calling her March 9th anymore. But I wanted to call her March 9th. But where have you been, Danny? I mean, she did tell us that she isn't actually March, so she wouldn't use that name. I'll only warn you once. Leave her body. Now. How impulsive. That's not like you at all. Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't take over March 7th's body. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories. Bro. Bro. Why? What was the point of having Dan Hung Permancer Ture in the trailer like that? It did, right? What? What? Huh? What? Where is it? I don't... browser. I'm gonna move it down first. I know, my monitor is on 1080p, but the stream and whatever is on 720p, so it's a little weird, but... What? Come on, man. Oh, and I'm using... there won't be any audio just because of OBS settings, but like, bro, serious? Let me bring it up. Is this on the right one? Oh yeah, and it's also I'm doing window capture and it's excluding the bar, so the taskbar, so yeah. No audio, but let me move this up. Okay, we have March 9th. Emanator of veracity and remembrance. I don't know. I don't know. We didn't see, like... There's so much of this we didn't see. Here's the part where we're fighting there Yeah, in the boss fight. There! Where are you, Danny? Bro! Are we going to get this scene? I mean, I guess this isn't necessarily a trailer for 3.5 specifically. Ah, here it is. Yeah, it's like just so much time is passing that it's growing. He's just waiting. The chess piece does feel like order. Wait! Solnova is meant to... Not order. Solnova is meant to oppose harmony. Right, I remember now, because of the chess piece. March 7th, disappears. Incoming March 9th, even though it's not actually March. Dang. I don't know. Look at me. Friggin', man, okay. Well. Anyway. This is sort of like, this is what I was referring to, but it doesn't break everything. This is, I know in past streams I've mentioned this is the part that I was like wondering if it would ever happen, and then it just doesn't. Where he strikes down Flame Reaver like that. But yeah, I don't know. Dang, okay. Nameless recollection. For their deaths. Okay, it's still as I've written. But yeah, it's terminal instead of a book now. Yeah, I think I did just enough to get E6. I guess that's part of my stash. And this is where it gets stuck at 99%. True mobile hatred. Yeah, this is Cyrene, and he lost track of Cyrene across all those eternal recurrences. March 7th end. I'm going to assume this is Evernight. Dan Heng was also missing somehow. He exited, but he hasn't really. Yeah. Negative. Target detected. Okay, so I don't know if this little bit is new. But we found him, yeah, as we just saw, he's still on Amphorius. We rolled back to 96.97%. Okay. Ceredra, Tervox did not engage in any hostile actions. Okay, so we still don't know who Tervox is, but maybe in 3.6 they'll reveal. Glaya, Lyco, S. Is that LYGUS? So who was Aglaya and oh wait, romance. Yeah, that's Aglaya. Aglaya, at least in 36, is Kalos, whatever, 618. Okay, she still is. Okay, yeah. Should be the same variable names, because it's not cycles, it's recurrences. LYGUS, I guess, is LYGUS. Yep, okay. Continuous neutralization of idea like OS. Let's go, Mighty! So... Yep. Nakos is Phynon. Philia is Cyrene. So neither of them are here. But I refuse to uninstall mobility permissions. This is when, yeah, Cipher and Anaxa trapped them in there. No longer can be located. So is he possibly still alive? Administrator not responding. Let's go! They're doing work. So this is me. This is Herda and Screwy. Oh, that's also Herda and Screwy? Oh, that's another bit. Let's go. Alright. Okay, it's still a book here. Alright. Well, that is it for the Honkai Star Rail 3.5 main story. This was I guess not as grand as 3.4. Frick, which one was the one where everyone friggin' dies? 3.3 was the one where everyone friggin' dies, and 3.4 is the one where you learn Kazlana's whole thing, right? Yeah. So not as grand as 3.3. I mean 3.3, it's like Aklo, that was really good. 3.4, I mean this is all also just, 3.4 was massive lore drop. And 3.5, this was going into the end game of Amphorius. As usual, it's difficult for me to critique the quality of the story, the narrative, the nuances and stuff. Unfortunately, just not able to really pick up on that stuff or to analyze. But, you know, I enjoy it. As usual, a lot of talking. Gets my mouth dry a lot. Because I have to narrate all this, because I don't... for the most part, I'm not super fond of the English voices, at least in Honkai Star Rail. Yeah. Any additional thoughts? I really do. I am so excited to see how the Amphorius saga ends. Is Amphorius expected to go into 3.8? Sorry, last three. Last Amphorius. 3.x next patch. Which one is this supposed to be? So 3.6, 3. I don't know. Are we going to get a 3.8? Okay, well, someone says they just counted days from the start of 2.7. Did we get a 2.8? I can't remember. Okay, but this is someone just counted days, and we're expecting to get 3.8. And then it goes to 4.0. But yeah, we've still got 3 more patches to see how this goes. It's hard to believe we're already in the second phase, or whatever we want to go. Second half of Enforce already, man. Time really goes by. I do enjoy that the story has been going along, you know, just as a whole, rather than just going 3 patches and a bunch of side stories, because that banana bit in Penacony was, it was just kind of the whole banana thing. And we got some lore on Genius Society, whatever. Oh, that just reminded me. Yesterday I said something Genius Society, somewhere in the 10s. The Rupert first. That's not right. I think they clarified in this one he was like 20-something. Whatever. But yeah. We got what I was just saying, the Penacony 2.8, I think. Whatever, the whole thing that introduced Rappa and the whole banana and monkey thing. At least we got lore about one of the Genius Society members. But as a whole, it was kind of I didn't enjoy it as much. But Penacony, yeah, I do like the lore so far. Like, I do like the story. I do like where it's going. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling. Any other things, last things to ramble about? Not related to the story as a whole, but I am struggling in these endgame modes, man. E2 Akron, like, without... It's so funny, and it's kind of sad, just because a lot of the characters didn't appeal, or because I wanted to pull for other characters. I have E2 Akron, because I really just liked Akron. I wanted E2. But Jiao Cho didn't appeal. Silver Wolf is like... I don't know. Cipher, I did want to pull, but then Fate Collab was coming up, so I skipped. But it's like, I just don't have any of the premium supports for Akron. It's kind of funny how I'm lacking the supports needed to fit certain teams. Akron, I'm missing Jiao Cho, Cipher, Silver Wolf. I don't have, like, okay, for Akron teams. For follow-up attack teams, like, you know, for Fei Xiao, Robin, Fei Xiao or Clara, I'm missing Robin, right? Robin did not appeal. And then Sunday, like, didn't appeal as well initially, but just, I think I explained why I did end up pulling for him on rerun. And then friggin' dot teams. I just don't have any of the dot characters because none of them appealed. So yeah, I think the only one where I have a full archetype or full team is Break, because I run Mei. Lingsha isn't really required. But yeah, I'm really struggling. So I'm building Saber up. I'm still leveling up her traces, and then I'm gonna need to get some good relics. I did farm a bunch of Scholar. I guess I don't think currently there are any other rotations. I'm going to need both Archer and Saber on like opposite halves, so I think I can just move stuff over. I think Scholar is good on Saber. Even if it's not like maybe her best one, it's still quite good. Maybe it is her best one, I don't know. I'll have to see what planar ornament she uses, but yeah, I'm struggling in the endgame modes. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm still rambling. I'm still talking. I'm still going just brr. But yeah, that will be it for this stream. Anyone still here? Anyone lurking? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and or my other content, if you are on YouTube, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you're on Twitch, please consider dropping a follow. If you're watching the VOD, well, thank you for dropping by, for watching the VOD, and consider, yeah, subscribing, following. And if you dropped by and then left, you probably won't see this, but, you know, thanks for dropping by. Excuse me. Next stream. When will be the next stream? ZZZ patch is either in 1 or 2 weeks. I can't remember. I'm gonna say it's 2 weeks because I'm like already level 50 something in the battle pass, but ZZ I usually do that pretty quickly. I do need to finish up the events in ZZZ. Genshin. Wait, no, I streamed ZZZ literally 2 weeks ago, didn't I? Or did I stream Genshin 2 weeks ago? Either way, those two are kind of coming up in a few weeks. And then, well, downtime weeks, maybe stream some more Smash Bros. Like, I do want to. I always say this, and then I don't really. And then I always say I want to stream more Tetrio, but then I don't really. But yeah, I will eventually. I am struggling in Tetrio. The Smash Bros. Makes me sad. But yeah, once again, that'll be it. Once again, thanks for watching. See you next time, whenever that is. Bye-bye.